Okay. Hello guys, welcome back everybody. It's been a while. I was off yesterday. I just took some time off to relax and get myself together. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the show. Really happy that we can actually start this. Thanks. And one other thing, please do like, share, subscribe. At the same time, also, you have two options. You can actually view the vertical and you can actually view the horizontal. The horizontal gives you the opportunity to have a full view of, things I'm talking about, the videos I'm showing and the likes. Without further ado, there's been a lot of things happening. Ekpoma is one of the burning issue right now with what we saw happened started just yesterday, today. Hopefully I think there's a level of calm right now in Ekpoma, and I would want to start with that because it gets to a point where people no longer need to tolerate this level, of how will I call it, of insanity in our polity. People are kidnapping. People are being kidnapped, and then there's a protest against that. I think people have the right to protest. Now, I'm against rioting, destruction of property and all that, but the people need to get their voice known. Now, if it continues, it gets to a point, it gets to a point where people are left with no other choice than to go the riot route. For example, what is happening in Iran today? People are being remanded for protesting. Now, I'll just start with one of the videos that is actually making the rounds. I saw the arrest videos. I saw different stuff happening, and I'll just start with this one. The call for expression of interest for bond persons. Let's see. I just want to see what's happening here. So these are people being taken over. Can you see that? So, okay, that's that. Sorry for the noise. Animal Farm. Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, that's the reality on the ground. I just want to see what people say with respect to that. I know that's been going on. Edo insecurity, Ekpoma, Iru witness kidnappings daily. Daily. Nigeria court set to release. Okay, and while we're talking about that, look at this. Nigerian court set to release 70. Look at that, 70 Fulani bandits. Why are you arresting people that are making their voice heard? It's just quite unfortunate.
We have this problem of insecurity because of some few factors we discovered. And one of such reasons why we feel this insecurity is really growing so wide is because of some Fulani herdsmen that are deep inside the forest. You see, some years back, we understand that these Fulani herdsmen, we allow them into our lands, and you see, they live just around the neighborhood. But right now, as we speak, deep down inside the forests, they have settlements, really large settlements where they have their kids. There are several times we go into these bushes, then we see them, okay? with their settlements.
First question. That settlement falls under a local government. There is no space in Nigeria that is not mapped out under a given local government. The local government falls under a state. The state falls under the federal government. Number one, how do you even expect the local government to be able to man those places when they don't even have any weapon? The state governor doesn't even know how to pronounce 1 billion naira. These are issues, that I think that we've left to just be an issue. What would the local government do? Exactly, that's my question. That's where I'm going there. So the local government doesn't have anything, to protect itself. The state don't have the power to protect themselves. Everything rests on the federal government. So there is no way that this issue will be solved. Remember, these guys have already, once you start seeing this kind of attacks happening, it's not a matter of, well, maybe they're coming. They're already in the Southwest and they've been able to map out their own strategy. So look at what's been happening. There's been kidnappings every day, according to this young man, allegedly. In Ibadan, a few days ago, they killed security men in a park. So it's not a matter of whether they're in the South already. They've already moved into the South, and I think they do have formation. And one critical thing happened. Gumi came to Ibadan a few weeks ago and maybe gave a marching order, I don't know, told the Ibadan guys and the Southern Muslims to align with the Northern Muslims. This is the offroot of all these things happening. USA has proven to the world that they are the wicked ruler. The Bible speaks of just like, local government that is buying wheelbarrow and yam for residents. It's quite unfortunate, to be honest. I think at this point in time, state police is I would say state police is fine, but there must be some level of local security.
Now, this is one of the problems we are having in Esaland. Now, first and foremost, initially it started from Uromi. And right now we were able to water down that because of the way we were able to make a whole lot of publicity, and some of our vigilantes started acting on that. But right now, as we speak, there is high rate of kidnapping daily in Ekpoma. This is a trend. Yesterday, after the protest, there was a protest. After the protest, we also heard that yesterday there was a kidnapping case yesterday.
Yeah, it's an everyday thing. And the problem is this. Once the bandits are doing it and there is no accountability, then you're going to have some deranged locals also join. Because now there is plausible deniability. We can just bunch everything up and say, it's the Fulani bandits. It's the headsmen. So now I think it's not, everybody's just doing it. Gumi was there. Yeah, he had a meeting with some Yoruba Muslims. They started making some kind of statement that they need to unify together. It's quite unfortunate.
In Ekpoma, another kidnapping case again in Irwa. So these were two different cases just yesterday. So this is what it is. So this is what we are seeing right now.
Yeah, so that's the reality. Government Ekpoma intensify operations, strengthens law against cultism and kidnapping. No, there's no need for law. There are sufficient laws. There are sufficient laws to guide the state. It's you being able to apprehend and execute those laws. Unfortunately, the Ekpoma issue refers to a surge in kidnapping and insecurity. In Ekpoma, a university town in Asa West local government. You even have a university there, Ambrose Ali University, I guess. This has sparked widespread protests by residents and students, leading to clashes with authorities, arrest, and political backlash. How it started. Ekpoma has long faced security issues, but the current crisis escalated in late 2025 and early 2026 due to a sharp increase in kidnapping. Residents report frequent abduction, often targeting locals and students from Ambrose Ali University. A notable trigger was a recent kidnapping incident captured on CCTV, which fueled public outrage. Yeah, let me see if I can actually see that. So sad, Nigeria is gone, and the government, they're not doing anything, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, if you have, stuff's happening, the locals will look at it like, okay, fine. It's not as if everybody living there is a saint, right? Like, they can just start kidnapping and then just blame the Fulani herdsmen. Now, I'm not saying that the Fulani herdsmen is not responsible for a lot of those, but we've seen people, do kidnapping even before we had this surge in banditry, unfortunately. Okay, so there was a recent one captured on CCTV. I want to see if I can see
Good
that.
morning and
let's see now.
Welcome. This is TMI Socials. I am Chuku from Nanya.
Okay, I'm going to move on to, okay, yeah, I think I saw, I didn't see the video yet, but I saw something like this.
And chanting against the federal government. The unrest followed recent abductions, including the killing of medical graduate Tahir Abu Emohuye. Security force.
At this point in time, I don't know, this is the clearest case for people to bear arms. I'm just saying, like, if someone will come into your house and abduct you and you're powerless, you don't have the state police, you don't have 911 or whatever the number is in Nigeria, this is a clear case. Because look at this. This is, now if you look at the picture I'm showing here, let me see if I can actually show it well. This is where people really love to live, okay? Far away from the city, you relax in there, it's kind of serene, you have this nature, right? You have all these possibilities, a cassava farm just behind the building. So people tend to, number one, if they can't actually afford to live in all those highbrow area, they move over to kind of places that are just developing. Number one, land is cheap. Okay, land is cheap there. Number two, they get good, good labor. Then some of these lands are very good, right? Then they prefer to build. They build and then they relax to like the suburb. So this is what happens really mostly in all of these states, right? So you're going to have a lot of, farmlands mixed with forest and mixed with, buildings and all that. Now, look at that.
Responded with raids
so this
and
is a video.
During
so this is
which
a
32-year-old Osaige Abraham was wounded by gunfire and now under investigation. Now tensions.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, this is the video. You see that? So they already knew it was home. You see that? Coming from all that, like no place to hide. And then you have the protest, right? And I've said it here before, okay? No matter how good the economic reforms that the APC is touting is, if you don't solve security, this will be the ultimate decline of the nation. That is already even in decline. And for you to have come into office the first day and you said something, fuel subsidy is gone, and fuel subsidy did go, okay? And then you said foreign exchange currency, all these multiple rates is gone. You're aligning everything, you're synchronizing everything. I just don't understand how you couldn't even have a well-rounded plan to solve the security issue. Yeah, don't worry, APC has taken over majority of the governors, so that's what matters. Let's sing on your mandate. Edo is shining. Unfortunately, you're right. A few things, okay, fine, he did economic reform, okay. And again, that itself has a lot of K-legs because the benefit is still yet to trickle down. While the rich people are getting more and more richer. Dangote, Otedola, Elumelu, all those boys, they're getting way richer because of the reforms, right? When the reforms were not there, they were already, getting richer because the system favored them. That's how it works. They got dollars at a very, very subsidized rate, while you have to go queue in the bank, talk to your bank manager to just get few thousands to do what you need to survive. And if you can't get it, then you move over to the aboki, and that one also tries to sell you at a very, very high rate. So the big boys got their dollars because they had unfettered access to the CBN treasury. I digress. Hi, Sokoto Arwa. Welcome to the show. I know you have an issue with Nigeria, and I respect that, to be honest with you. I believe that we should be able to have a path towards self-determination. But that being said, we just have to look at the reality and report on what is happening right now. Economic reforms with no benefit. Where is the austerity measures for the Senate, for the House of Rep, for those in Abuja, for those in the presidential villa? Nothing to show for it, unfortunately. So this is what happens. So he did the reforms and then also did the hijacking. The plan was this: as much as I can consolidate my powers, no matter how the opposition tried, they're not going to be able to kick me out in 2027. And I think that's working for Tinubu, unfortunately. Apparently, while people can't even eat or drink or sleep, they've been able to get brand new bosses, top bosses for the campaign for 2027. As far as they're concerned, 2027 is what is really important. So when you see what is happening in River State, Wike crying and jumping up and down, this is the reality. That is what everybody is fixated in at that political level. Oh, they're kidnapping people. Who cares, right? Who cares? Now they're in the South. They're well entrenched in the South. There are bookies at your gate. There are bookies in your house. There are bookies in your offices. Just pray to God that they're not an informant, unfortunately. And I'm not also removing the fact that you could have some other locals, indigenes of Edo State also involved. That's just the reality.
Now, you got to
Sorry, if the 2027 elections are free and fair, this APC-led government of Tinubu will not understand what it is. Yeah, thanks. I just noticed that I took that off just so that I don't inconvenience you guys. Thanks for that. But they might be banking on other unorthodox strategies to take that election. The truth about the whole thing is that I won't be surprised if an election is held tomorrow and APC wins, because, again, you have to understand the terrain you're working with. I won't be surprised. And yeah, that's where things stand, right? And we're just gonna leave it there and move on. Everybody reading this sad news are aware. Okay, this is the health sector. I'll talk about that later. That's what you had. The town home to AAU has seen cult-related violence in the past, but the focus is now on rampant kidnapping. So if you have AAU that has been well entrenched in cultism, Jefferson, okay, and then you now have the banditry, either Fulani Herdsmen related one, or even this cultist also. All these things, they don't just go, differently. They go hand in hand at times. The protest began January 10. I even said yesterday, so it started on Saturday, I believe, with hundreds of residents, including AAU students, took to the street to demand action against kidnapping. Demonstrators blocked road, pulled down billboards of the ruling or progressive parties, and expressed frustration over the perceived inaction of the state authority. Let me see if I have anything here again with respect to that. Okay, this is just, this is YouTube. Let me see. Yeah. And that's another.
Good morning.
Okay, it's still the same one. I'm gonna move on. And again, some residents describe the protest as violent, with property damage. Though protesters claim they were peaceful until police intervention. Of course, somebody will go in and kind of, trigger them. What do you expect? Hashtag like Ekpoma is bleeding, gaining traction, to highlight the kidnapping and government response. Critics include the opposition, PDP. Again, I don't want to hear from PDP, unfortunately, because they're part of the problem. They're part of the problem. And the new APC, which is more like a reformed PDP, is also part of it. There's been 35 suspected cultists arrested. Okay, we'll see what happens. So as of today, there's over 50 protesters have been arrested. Unfortunately, those guys, I hope that they are treated well. Sad what happened to Chimamanda. Yeah, I saw that news. It's quite painful. And Anthony Joshua. And now I'm learning that Anthony Joshua may not be returning to boxing. I don't know if that will be the final case, but hopefully he pulls through this, because even the one that is alive would be made to go through that trauma for life. This is trending on social media with calls for international attention. Okay, we'll see what happens, and that's the reality on ground. That's the reality on ground. And that's just what I saw. Let me see if I can actually get something on that before I move on to any other story. And you just have to call out, all this stuff. And the guys in charge right now just believe that, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. These are our children. They came to school to learn, but irresponsible government bundled them to prison. Why is Nigeria so cruel? Let's look at that.
Not right. What did you happen? This is going to provoke the board. My friend not going anywhere. My friend not going anywhere. Look at the innocent students. We are students. Come back to airport. Come back to airport.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Oh, Jesus. My own person. No, this is not fair. This is not fair. This is not fair.
Lazy youth always shouting and recording. Yeah, at times it takes everyone. Look at what's happening in Iran after so many years. I won't call them lazy youths, I won't call them lazy youth. At times it's just the reality. Given that most of these people don't even have regards for life, if there's a little bit of a resistance, if they go in and shoot someone and the person is there, now I'm not saying that when the time comes to fight, you won't fight, but again, I wouldn't blame them. A lot of them possibly demoralized, and it's just unfortunate. Okay, sorry. And that's it. Ekpoma protest again. You have that. It's bleeding. Yeah, we'll see. Some more people arrested. Today, and on January 10. Yeah, we've seen that kidnapping students in Ekpoma, demanding 100 million for ransom and killing them off because they can't raise the money. But the police would rather go and arrest the student. What if they use that strength that they are using to arrest students to go after the kidnappers? Why can't they use that same strength to go after the kidnappers? The media won't tell you, but people died in a Ekpoma protest yesterday, killed by police and the army. Scores of people were injured. They shot at civilians and arrested students in their hostel. Don't let their story die out. How many stories? It's just unfortunate. The Nigerian government hates Nigeria more than any foreign powers. Exactly. That's why when people were complaining that Trump was coming to take their oil and resources, people were like, are you not? What does that even mean? And look at how they're just packing them out. It's just unfortunate. We've seen this one destroying the billboards and all that. It's going to be a very, very interesting time as we move ahead and, move on. The governor of Edo State, Okpebolo, is a very useless man and the worst governor ever. Italian Nigeria calls out
Nigerian crooked politicians. See this useless man here, the governor of Edo State. This man allows thugs, kidnappers, and Boko Haram to take over Edo State. This man now worst governor for Edo State so far. Edo State is not shining. Edo State is bleeding now. Insecurity.
Wow.
This governor doesn't protect his own citizens.
Wow.
And they tell you, Mumu, if my popsi or any of my family members will get kidnapped in Edo State, hey, remember, Mumu, I will personally come and collect the money straight from you. Foolish man, you are Mumu Tinubu's Wike and Oshomole puppet. Nobody should vote for him, or you are a disgrace to Esan people. The king of Ekpoma called you, and still you are not doing nothing. Imagine, he will allow people to die, his own people. While living in Ekpoma, they were protesting. Kidnappers came there. They even kidnapped one yesterday.
I mean, can you imagine what the audacity? The audacity of them kidnapping someone during the protest.
And within hours, they killed him. So the only places now in Niger that are safe are Abuja and Lagos.
Oh, you can't even tell me that they are 100% safe. If someone can kill someone, or can kill a guard in Ibadan is just 1.5 hours to Lagos. It might not be as safe as you think. What will Nigerians do? That's a good question. I don't know. They go protest, they kill them, right? So would it make sense for you to advise someone to go protest?
Posing Nigerian crooked politicians. See this useless man here, the governor of Edo.
Okay, yeah, we're repeating that one, and that's it. Don't worry, I will leave Ekpoma and they will bring a Hausa officer. Can you imagine that? Don't worry, I will leave Ekpoma and they will bring a Hausa officer who will not listen to anybody. Ekpoma DPO is vexing for protesting.
I have told them, no violence. Let me listen. They have told us people that will not listen to anybody. No, sir, we appreciate you.
The audacity for him even telling the guy that I'm going to go, they will bring Hausa. Like, what does that even mean? They will not listen to you.
For example, you are here now.
And this is the guy, and look at him. He can't guarantee the security of his people. But he flexes his muzzle when an innocent citizen, protester, the people that you're expecting to start paying tax, is complaining about the delivery of service.
I'm like a father. Meaning,
okay, go bring just bring the bandits, right? And let the bandits be in charge. If that's it, these are some of the pictures, right? It's gotten to a point, and again, you have a president that doesn't even talk because he believes in, what will be will be. He believes in his structure and strategy and his this thing. Ekpoma is bleeding, raise awareness. Okay, and that's it. Yeah, unfortunately. We're tired of the kidnappings in Ekpoma. Ekpoma kidnappers are on a rampage. People are dying in the hands of kidnappers. They demand 100 million. I don't even know how they expect people to see those money. If they don't, they kill them. Okay, let's see this one.
Whatever time this video gets to you.
Okay.
First of all, before I start, I want this video, I pray this video gets to the right audience. That's the main purpose of me making this video.
Yeah, when Nigeria complaints finish, what happens? Unfortunately, nothing. And those that lead the campaign or the riot or the protest, they try to get out of the country on asylum. That's unfortunate. So that's why people are also weary of going to protest. The students were even begging. Yeah, the president is in Dubai right now. He doesn't really, he doesn't care. There's been no major press conference after what happened in Sokoto with respect to the airstrike from the United States, unfortunately. So what else do we expect for him to say? This one is just that simple. Right to him. If you call yourself in Nigeria, that means you will forever remain foolish. Shokoto, okay.
I'm calling out our president. I'm calling out our governor.
Yeah, please do.
Bevolo of Edo State. I'm a student of Ambosali University, AAUE, Ekpoma, Edo State.
Okay.
Please, our governor, our president, in case you've not heard, because I know you guys must have heard what is happening in Ekpoma. Please, Ekpoma is in trouble. We need help more than any other thing in this.
And Ekpoma used to be one of these major, popular places because of Ambosali. In fact, there was a time when all these satellite campuses became very popular. That was one of the reasons why I got to know Ekpoma, because they had an Ambosali University satellite campus all around the country. There was one in Ibadan. Okay, so that's how I got to know about Ekpoma. So Ekpoma is not just a small town.
Life.
I'm telling you the truth. King Jaja of Ekpoma was not in Nigeria.
We need help. Our people are dying. Kidnappers, they are killing our people. They are not just kidnapping. We've heard the story where they kidnap people. Kidnappers negotiate prices. They pay 2 million, 1,500,000, but this one non-negotiable. 100 million, 200 million. If you don't pay within 24 hours, within 48 hours, they kill. I don't know if I'm next. I don't know if you are next.
Wow.
You are being mute. You guys are being mute. Our leaders, our king.
Well, we don't have leaders. We have emperors. We have, we're in an empire kind of situation where you can't even complain. Yeah, your kings, right? I mean, again, I keep wondering. Today we saw the Olubado and the Olubado of Ibadan, and then this guy above Oyo State, or your king. They were trying to, what else again? They were trying to snub each other. I keep wondering, like, what's the value had? I understand you want to keep culture and all that, but at some point, right? At some point, we have to understand, like, we had the Obas when it was important for them to secure the life and property of their subjects. Because if you don't secure the life and property of your subject, and if you cannot guarantee that the city or your empire is well governed, number one, you could have internal risings. Number two, you could have another king come from another territory to take you over. And I'm wondering, like, these Obas, like, what is the value had? We need to come, like, if we want to go the area to the monarch roots, let's go there. If you want to go to the Western route, let's go there. Again, it's the same thing we do. You do traditional wedding, you do white wedding, you do introduction, and then you're done. You do reception, and then you're done with your wedding, you're broke. Why? Because you're putting all the cultures together, creating more pressure. Again, the Obas, we need to sit down and talk, like, what's the value had? The emirs, the obis, what do they bring to the table? Because they're all being funded by our taxpayer money, unfortunately.
In Ekpoma, that's the most annoying part of this whole thing. We have a king in Ekpoma, and he's being mute. Our people are dying. Lives are being lost.
Yep.
Kidnappers are putting prices on our lives. There is no company in Ekpoma. Our parents are farming. No source of income. You go to work.
Yeah, but I've been colonized. Okay, what was traditional rule in when was since 1600, except to sell land and do rule? Exactly. So again, I'm asking myself, then why? Again, it's different when it's just maybe one king somewhere, and then you have maybe max 10 or 20. Okay, but then you have almost like Oyo State or Olubado, above this, above is saying, above that place, you have local governments, you have state government, like you have all these things. These are overheads as far as I'm concerned.
You come back with 5,000 naira. What does 5,000 naira has to do? What can 5,000 naira do for you in this hard economy? We're even talking about the hardship. The hardship of things now. And here, kidnappers are kidnapping our people. How do you guys expect us? How do you guys want us to feel? I'm a student of Ambrosian University. I can't just stay mute because I don't know who is next. Schools they have resumed. We can't go to school. As I'm talking to you, as I'm making...
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you're going to do online lectures, right? It's quite painful. I mean, it's quite painful. I didn't even know Ekpoma was an hotspot like that. I didn't know that. Yeah, so again, I'm not going to listen to the 6 minutes of ranting. Just move on. Yeah, the footage has been this will be one of those videos, just like the Boko Haram girl video, that would also define. I mean, there's a lot of videos, that is defining this Tinubu presidency. After today's protest, police is going from hostel to hostel, arresting student. Kidnappers are in the bush, but the innocent are being punished. Ekpoma is not safe, and our cries are being ignored. Which way, Nigeria? That was why it was very important that they fend off Harrison Guamnishu. Now, I don't know, guy maybe he's doing kidnapping work or not. I don't know anything about him. But I'm just saying, if BDM has used most of his time talking about what is happening in his states, Edo State, and possibly not just bashing Guamnishu, maybe this could have been prevented. I'm just saying, political obas, Izis, and emirs are part of the problem. Yeah, they are. They are. Ekpoma has been out from way back. Yeah, but it's getting to a desperate form right now. For them to have been able to come out to protest, then it means that it's really, 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 really terrible right now. And then they've been having their own cultism and all that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. Now, what is the governor doing? Okay, the governor intensifies operations, strengthens law. Man, what is strengthens law? There's already a law. You're not doing anything about it. Why is strengthening law? Why don't you just arrest the idiots that are destroying your state? Again, I have a lot to cover, but let's see.
At the end of the day, on election day, it will show. But I can feel their determination. They really want to vote in a different way this time.
All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to country. Okay. The governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okwebolo, has intensified security operations in parts of the state. Central to the administration strategy is the strengthening.
I just want to see if he has anything to say.
Violent cultists and 10 years imprisonment with demolition of properties used to harbor cult members. The laws.
I know you don't know Ekpoma is the hotspot, typical Nigerian. Please continue calling yourself a colonial safe name Nigeria.
So okay. Places responsibilities on schools, landlords, and businesses to prevent cult activities from happening within their premises.
Okay, so that's just again, it's not about the law, it's about you being able to implement the laws, and those that are found wanting, you are able to punish them according to the law. But that is not happening. As a takeover, is Okpebolo reading budget? No, he's not reading budget today. It's just right now, if he's a functioning governor, he should be able to rein in the states, okay? Rein in the problems in the state. And he's not doing that, unfortunately. He's not. Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is another one. And these are the guys that let me see. You can imprison my so there's the okay, that's when school them saying you go, we and our family no get 100 million to pay ransom. When I saw there was this NYSC bulletin that I would say, and it was quite unfortunate that, inside, I think that was during Buhari's tenure. And it was there that if the kidnappers kidnap you, don't struggle with them, call your people. No, I think it's tires, not human beings. Tires, call your people and all that. Don't argue with them. Just behave with them. Don't call the NYSC, call your family members. That's unfortunate. This is the update. Some faces of the arrested AA student moved from Benin High Court to Ubiaja Correctional Center prison. Ekpoma is bleeding.
Asiwaju, President of Nigeria. These are the crying faces that are sent to Ubiaja Correctional Center for what they know nothing about. Sir, we did not participate in that protest. The people that participated in that protest, they are in their houses. They are walking freely on the streets. And nothing happened to them. Sir, we are begging you. We are being punished for what we know nothing about. Sir, we are your children. We are your children, sir. Please, have mercy on us. Even if at all we offended you, at least a father must have mercy for his child. We are all your children. Have mercy on us. Have mercy on us. Nobody can deny what we are seeing this government doing in Edo State.
What the hell? Nobody can deny what you're seeing this governor doing in Edo State. With kidnapping, with no security. They are begging. Wow. It's the mentality. It's the mentality, right?
Therefore, we will not support vandalism. We go support vandalism.
No.
We go support destruction of property.
No.
We go support obstruction of movement.
No.
We go put tire for road.
No.
If you not see anybody first when he do it, more than tell us if we come out now, we go bring the car for.
Wow. Wow. Look at the reckless abandonment. Making your people, you see, I mean, the guy is even saying we see the work Okpebolo is doing. Damn. Protester shot by soldier. Viewers' discretion here. Okay, before I just want to see if I can play it. What? Wow. Wow. One of the protesters was shot by a soldier during the kidnapping protest in Ekpoma has been confirmed dead. Another protester who was shot in the abdomen is currently battling for his life. Is that the same soldiers that should be in Sambisa and all those forests? It's quite unfortunate. Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. I mean, no news is good news. The kidnapped victim, okay, today it's us, tomorrow it could be anyone. We can flee, but our parents remain. Enough is enough, and kidnapping must end. That was January 10. Okay, who is this? Ekpoma is bleeding. This 7th governor of Edo State promised insecurity during his campaign. Today, Edo State is the hub of insecurity. Everywhere PC goes, sorrow follows, unfortunately. Yeah, okay, that's that about Ekpoma. We'll see what happens, you know, and that's the let me see this one. Let me see if I have any other thing to talk about with it. We'll just keep following the news, and then we'll see what happens. Nigerian talk, when they finish, they will say sa sa sa. But yeah, again, if somebody is saying that we can see what Okpebolo is doing, then what else? You know, what else? What else remains? Okay, we're gonna move on. There's still been the debate between Wike and Fubara, and they've been moving along and you know, just chanting and fighting each other. Nothing will happen. We'll see what happens. Nothing will happen, right? Yeah.
25, 26 years.
I'm gonna
enhance national cohesion and good governance. But I think it's right to start by acknowledging that all over the globe, democracy is in retreat. And that recession is probably even more intense on our continent when you see the rise of militarism again across the Sahel. And at least in the last 2-3 years, we've had failed and successful coup d'etats in 9 countries. 6 of that in our own region, West Africa.
Okay.
In Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Guinea, of course in Niger, right on top of us, in Chad, and then in Guinea-Bissau. 6 in the last 2 years. If we stretch that a little further, we've seen.
So this is fine. I mean, just highlighting the failures of the Tinubu's government. Again, it was part of the whole administration, so I'm not sure it has any right to complain about Tinubu's government. I'm just saying, because it was part of the problem too.
This also happened in Equatorial Guinea. We've seen it happen in down south. And of course, authoritarianism is on the rise across the globe, including populist authoritarianism on the back.
Okay, this is more of a textbook stuff. I just want to move on. Okay, failure of Tinubu. What are you going to do about it? I mean, you're part of the last administration, you know, and you're part of the whole problem too. I mean, we can't deny that. Okay, and that's the reality. Okay, so let me see. I wanted to actually talk about. I don't know if I should talk about this now since we're just into the whole stuff. I want to talk about Wike's issue. Okay, And Wike has been really vibrating all along and has been going, after all his political opponents. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
I end this speech by not making one statement that has to do with some people who call themselves, who are brought up in a very good family. People who can sell their ethnic group. I have good relationship with Igbo people, but I'm not an Ohanese in Igbo.
Yeah, Wike, he has declared war against the Ohanese. That's what I'm watching. It's been, there's been this mini civil war between the Tinubu's camp, unfortunately. And then, that's just what it is.
Listen to what I said. I have good relationship with Igbo people, but I'm not a member of Ohanese. Wike declared one of their sons persona non grata by going to say that Elihrona na wabundi soma.
Wike kumo kanono ko beze meike ele banza.
Why? The person believed that if he becomes the president of Ohanese, that gives him room to go to all the governors of the Southeast to collect contracts. Everything is money. Okay. Where are you going with this?
Okay, that's the whole whining. I don't know where this whole battle will lead to. We're still watching. I know that Fubara met with the president from news reporting. But again, I think that this is the final battle, as I've always said. And whatever comes out from this would definitely tell us what's happening. The people on ground seems to be supporting Fubara, but at the same time, the structures are not in Fubara's hand. And that's his major problem. It doesn't even have the minimum required to staff off impeachment, and that's the truth.
We intermarry, we do everything, but that does not mean I will change my identity. It's not. And you all know it. My Igbo brothers who are here, we have stayed, we have related with each other. I will not at this old age now go and claim what I'm not. I won't do that. If you come from a good home, as they always claim, why would dragging on property? Why would dragging on property make you not to bury your mother? Why would dragging on?
Okay, so that's his attack on the Ohanese. I'll leave them to sort it out between themselves. Let me see. There are some interviews that have been happening since Peter Obi moved into the APC, and I just wanted to I said APC, sorry, ADC.
Satisfied.
So this is one. Why I said it's Peter Obi or nothing in 2027. Party told me insists Nigeria is in a mess and needs rescue. Is Peter Obi able to rescue? Well, let's listen to what he has to say.
Including those who are running the system, we'll know that it's not as we really have dreamt it. But it's also part of the way that nations are built. You stumble, you fall, you get up, make amends, and you keep going. So I'm hoping that this is just a bump on the road. Well, first and foremost, in 1999, when the military decided it was time to step away. Well, 98 really, but handover was in 99. Many of the traditional politicians did not believe the military. They thought it was one of those games that the military had played several times. Go 6 months later, come back, or something. So most of them took a watch and, see us attitude. And they left.
No. So it wasn't as if they took a watch and they see attitude. The problem is that we had gone through so many disastrous reign of the military regime. They've, stifled the opposition. There was really no hope. I mean, what came after Abacha's death was just mere. The military themselves also, that caught them unawares. Okay, you had MKO Abiola in prison. You had OBJ also in prison. So the major people that have been speaking, they've been silenced, or possibly also eradicated. So that's why. And again, even at that, it was still the military that still decided who they're going to give power to. And they had to give it to one of their own, which was Obasanjo. And then they, had a plan for MKO. So it wasn't as if people were not aware. And that's why, if you look at the Southwest, we didn't vote for Obasanjo then, in 1999. It was just that the structure or the powers that be was just so strong that it was difficult to have actually dictated what goes on at the time.
The vacuum. That vacuum was occupied immediately by some very undesirable elements. And Nigeria has not recovered since from it.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
I agree.
Right now, Nigeria needs a reset button. There's no question. It cannot function the way it is.
Yeah, but the people that are being paraded, including Obi, Atiku, El Rufai, all these guys, I don't even think that they're close to the solution that we want. But that is what we have. And that's why the structure of credibility, I've decided to commingle with the structure of criminality as a means or way to wrestle power from the APC government.
It's dead end. So I think patriotism will push people to realize we've reached the dead end and that we can rebuild. That's what I'm hoping we'll have. When you have nuanced conversation, people play up all kinds. It doesn't know what. We want a new Nigeria, or want a new way of doing things. Leadership. An elite that understands that together we can hold each other.
I gotta go, right? And that's that about that. I want to move to trending social topics. I think nothing really much. There's a news that Lamidi Papa might be defecting to ADC. I don't know if that's true. If he goes to ADC, then it's good. It's going to meet Peter Obi there, and they're going to dig it out again. It's quite interesting that's what we've got. Yeah. There was this speech by Obasanjo. Atiku is still running after me. I'm not sure if I want to actually go through that. Fubara breaks silence about his impeachment notice. That's recent. And then I'll actually listen to Guam Nishu's interview with TVC. I don't know why this is making it mainstream, but it is what it is. Let's go with Fubara breaking silence.
Can't go there. Let's go. Let's go.
Everybody's going to one form of church gathering now or whatever.
This congregation that what I started, I want to finish it well. I requested my deputy to read my lesson. So I want her to speak to us. This ticket is a joint ticket. Who knows?
And this guy is naturally boring. I mean, listening to him at times is a pain, but we're gonna do what we're gonna do.
It will be our last public function. Let us say enjoy the power of governor, But let me say it here. When we were marking the New Year dinner, I said something that dogs bark when they don't understand. Now, see, I think a lot of you don't understand, and that's the reason why I don't shout, I don't complain. I know what I have. I know that I have what is supreme, and that is God. So, I want.
So what thing we can get, devil? Like all this conja, I don't understand.
Everyone to be relaxed. What is important is peace for this dear state. And we'll get it by the special name of God. So please, my deputy, I have the singular honor to invite you. Come and talk to us. Let's go talk.
I can't even get the sound system right.
But for me, I think it's a good and simple.
This is the first time I'm seeing her speak. Okay.
It's a task of thanksgiving. It's a task of thanking each and every one of you, big and small, tall and mighty, everybody that has come here on.
What is Konja? Konja is just ways to just kind of, put out some stuff that you don't really believe is true or real. I hope he plays chess. I'll hope so too. I hope he still has his king secured. And I hope his queen is not just in the wrong spot. That, political church. I mean, religion and everything is interwoven in Nigeria.
That is true. I want to thank all of you, and I want to thank God that we are alive today to remember and celebrate the heroes, fallen heroes and heroines, and the legionnaires that are here. Whether it be good or it be bad. But let us, by God's grace, strive to be remembered for good in Jesus' name. Let us leave this wonderful.
Cannot do, you will do it for them, and your name will be glorified.
Oh boy.
Lord, you will grant them life in abundance. No arrow of the wicked one, whether man-made or spirit-made.
If I have said before or now, this is the first service or state.
Okay, well, yeah, kind of a boring service, but it's fine. And that's that. So there's been this brewing internet fight, and we have to cover it, okay? Unfortunately, we have to cover it. So there's this guy called VDM. I mean, he's kind of popular on Facebook. And then you have this other guy, Gwamnishu. Gwamnishu was arrested because they felt like he did steal or removed, allegedly, from the ransom that was meant to free someone in this same Edo state that they just had a protest in. Okay? And there's been a lot of back and forth about, did he really steal the money, or did he just take the money as part of his decoy procedure when trying to rescue the victims so that they can later on go and pursue all those kidnappers. So the guy's been out, and then at the end of the day, I see this guy. Or is it from Ekpoma? I know it's from Edo State. I didn't even know it's from Ekpoma. He did release some stuff too also. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to listen to Harrison Gwamnishu's interview with TVC. Number one, I had so many problems with this kind of interview. Number one, the guy is a content creator. Okay, that's what he does. I mean, the Harrison guy. Either he helps release victim or he puts awareness on those that have been kidnapped is another different story. But if TVC is going to be platforming stuff like this, then we need to. I just want to know, because I listened to some snippet and I wasn't really impressed on the interview. But again, I mean, you be the judge.
Good morning, Harrison. How are you doing? Harrison, can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing? This is your first TV interview that you're granting, so thank you for giving us that access, and it's an honor to have you on the show this morning. But I just want to go quick into it, Harrison. Before this whole drama, a lot of people gave you a lot of accolades because they said you're doing what the police is afraid to do. You went into the bushes, you went into the places that people were afraid to go to. But all of a sudden, it took another turn, and we saw a lot of dragging on social media. We now got to see that people said, oh, Harrison is not telling the truth. Harrison is a criminal. Harrison is taking the money and using it for other things. But today, I want you to...
I took TVC a serious station before. I mean, you have Challenge, you have TVC and Arise. I mean, those are the three, right? And then you have all these other ones. I think Obi also has one now, or The Obedient has one. That's the News Central. When I first saw the interlude, or what I would call the teaser for the interview, I thought it was AI. To be honest with you, I thought it was AI. But it's real. And that's the reality. These are the people that are now talking about the security situation in the country. This guy. And then VDM is the one talking about the justice in the country. Again, you can't make this stuff up. No hard feelings. I don't have anything against them. At least whatever it is that your hand finds to do, maybe
to do more of the talking. Well. I want you to explain the story.
Okay. First, this is my first time coming on a TV to talk about this, and because for me, I said I won't talk about what truly happened in this last case that happened, but I'm going to share a little bit of what transpired. All right. For me, I was a volunteer. I was assisting the security agencies, the military, which can be verified as 63 Brigade Asaba, military from 63 Brigade Asaba, and also local vigilantes to help them to fight insecurity. Because then I was an SSA to the governor, senior special assistant to the governor of Delta State on civil society. So at a point last year, the kidnapping issue in Delta around the Anacha Oshimili and Okwa and Ndokwa as it was something else. It was alarming. So I used my position as the SSA to the governor to reach out to government authorities. None of them was responding to me. So I went to the government house. I did a solo protest at the government house gate, calling on the state government to look into insecurity and fight insecurity. So then I resigned my appointment as SSA to the governor. So when I resigned, I was getting different stories of kidnapping in our communities. And what I was doing was to assist the victims, linking them to security agencies. Because there is no way I will bring them to the police or the military and they will not take action.
So apparently, it was just raising awareness. It wasn't really the one doing the job. And I think that was one of the things that VDM said. It was just a content creator with that. They call him, then he calls the police. I don't even understand that kind of a structure. That he's a civilian. He's not really a trained force member. So he follows them. When they do their job, then he says, we've done this. I mean, it's just messed up. Too much format, right? Yeah.
And while we are doing that, I was also posting it on my page, creating awareness on my page. And people were giving me information and the rest of them. Now, the kidnappers, when they ask for ransom, they ask for bottled water, they ask for soft drinks, they ask for food items, they ask for power banks, they ask for different things like torchlight and the rest of them. They even ask for slippers and wear, then school bags. So I used to...
Is this an engagement list? Where the wife-to-be is asking, the parents of the wife-to-be is asking for different things. Bring yam, bring salt. What is this?
Post this stuff on my page. A friend of mine reached out to me in South Korea and said, all this stuff these kidnappers are demanding. Why can't these security agencies, place stuffs on them, like chips or gadgets that can lead them to where these kidnappers are? So that was how we were able to devise a means, and then we were using it to catch this kidnapper. So I won't say much about it.
No, again, dude, I mean, what do you mean you won't say much about it? The moment these guys came out, and the moment you said you always take back from the ransom so that you can use this to track them, it was over. There's nothing you want to say again. The whole gig is done. Because if you have a friend or someone that is in a kidnapper's net and they know that arson is involved, you risk the life of your loved one being taken. And that's the problem. The whole system, and again, I don't fault him alone. I fault VDM too. Because now, I mean, we can see what's happening in Ekpoma, in Edo State. The rush at which these guys went online to start spilling the beans was just crazy. Either it's envy, either it's a vendetta. At the end of the day, the focus left the kidnapping and then it was actually now on these guys trying to, I mean, maybe rescue or create awareness, whatever his job is.
But if you go to my post and if you call the 63 Brigade Asaba, and to say, have Harrison assisted you guys in getting most of these kidnapped victims, rescue them? They will say yes, because they won't deny it, because I have a video, and thank God I was making a video of us, even while in the forest and while assisting them. And this was what I have done. I have never hidden my face anywhere about it. So I did a whole lot of jobs, and for like 4 months, kidnapping in Anecha Oshimili reduced. There was no kidnapping anymore. If you go to the streets of Anecha South local government area, Oshimili North, Anecha North, and ask them questions. Who assisted you guys to reduce kidnapping? Who and who?
Exactly.
My name will be mentioned.
But Harrison,
this is what we
with
did.
all of this, where would you say that you went wrong? Because some of the allegations we see, are really strong allegations. We're going to go into some of the monies, at some points. But which you, because, you were known as a man with a lot of integrity. A lot of people backed you, a lot of...
What? A man with a lot of integrity. You didn't... I mean, that was those that didn't know him because, again, there were also insinuations that his past wasn't that good. And I'm not going to go into his past. Everybody has their own past or whatever it's called. But the truth is this, that he had his own past, and that's fine. So when you're coming in and saying that he's a man of integrity, I don't know where that is coming from.
Social media activists backed you, a lot of actresses. A lot of media personnel were really backing you. Where do you think that as a person you went wrong?
The job I did, like me going to the Awuchi in Edo State, I did no wrong. I can stand anywhere and say I did my job the way I would have done it. Right? So the CSO, the chief of staff to the governor of Edo State, reached out to me. His name is Honorable Audu.
Everybody no get past. Okay. Gao doesn't have a past. He has a future though.
Reached out to me and said he wanted me to assist them in Edo State. Before then, I've handled like 2 cases in Edo, Then I went to meet with him and he now led me to meet with the governor. I met with the governor. I did my presentation. I told them this and these are what we used to capture these guys. All right.
Okay, TVC.
Harrison, are you there?
Deploy it in Edo State.
Yeah. Okay.
If we will get results. And they gave me a go ahead. And he asked me, said, how much will I pay you? I said, let us do 1 or 2 cases to achieve it. So on that case of Awuchi, I traveled from Asaba to Awuchi. And when I got there, my mission is not to go and pay kidnappers ransom payment. I don't pay kidnappers. What they invited me to do was to work on the money. They are going to carry to the forest. That was why I was brought there. Because initially, they told me that the kidnappers demanded for 50 million, not 20 million.
Okay.
That it was because of their pleading. The kidnappers now told them that we are going to release only the woman. This was what they told me before I came into Awuchi. That with 20 million, they're going to release only the woman. This was what the kidnappers told them. Then they said because the woman was pregnant, they had to carry the 20 million naira to go and get the kidnappers. That was why.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yahoo on different vibes. They cry for this country. People, they cash. I'm telling you, this is now an industry. This is now a massive industry. And again, even with kidnapping itself, there are different, like, even known profession. Like those negotiators, they are not just anybody. Like, you have to be skilled when it comes to negotiation. Delivering of the ransom is another department. Because when you deliver the ransom, you actually pick up the victim at another point at times, and that's the recovery. So there's also another department for recovering the victim or getting back the victim. Police is watching all these ones. I won't be surprised if the police are also in on all these things happening. Yeah.
I was invited to work on the money.
Yeah.
And which I did. I worked on the money. They moved to the forest. They said they got there. The kidnappers did not count the money. The family member went for that journey and my driver.
Yeah.
Both of them met with the kidnappers. The kidnappers brought out the woman. They did not count the money to know if it's above 20 million or below 20 million. The boy came out from the forest and raised alarm that it was because of my making. That was the reason why the man was not released.
Okay, I mean, for the first time we're hearing from the horse's mouth. Anything goes in a lawless country. Police have never come out to make statements and take necessary actions. So I agree with you. I mean, for them to have even called this guy in, it shows that the police themselves are not capable. Exactly, the police. Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if the police are part of that. And again, one of the things that I'm thinking, and it's a theory, I cannot prove it. I cannot, say that's what happens. I think that most of those kidnappers were working in cohorts with some powerful people. Because, I mean, the whole issue was not even resolved. The next thing we saw was another moron on TV with a ring light camera talking about what happened. And then before we knew it, there was another, a follow-up content. You come on money or you know come on money. No, that's not the, he's explaining the modus operandi of his operation. And I think from a logical point of view, it's plausible that he did remove the money. But the question is, did he remove the money with an aim to steal the money? And I don't think so, because if he said he did a presentation to the commissioner of police or whoever he met, then that would have been part of the things. And right now, they've not even charged him. So the question is, all the things that happened in succession before he got to the kidnappers and all that, he's claiming that the police knew about it, the commissioner of police knew about it, or whoever was in charge knew about it.
Wow. Unfortunately, I now later knew that those guys, all of them were working for VDM.
Yeah, we're definitely.
What? But they asked him at first, he said he didn't take that cash. Yeah, apparently, the cash was still in the hotel. The victim is still in kidnappers. People are saying that there's actually no victim. But this is watching content. People are saying that there's actually no victim. That's another theory that's been circulated. It's Ekpoma. Sorry, not Ekpoma. It's Edo State. People are saying that there are no victims, bro. I don't know if that's true or not. But he's saying that they were working for VDM.
Going to come to the VDM issue, yeah.
So that was what transpired.
I don't believe what he's saying, and I don't trust him. He's got a very funny past. So where is the part of the money removed? No. So they gave him 20 million, took out 5.4. Now there are different theories that he did put some fake currencies as a decoy, split it across different bags. There are different theories that actually the 5.4 it was not even part of the 20 million. So there are different theories there.
Exactly. But before we even get to VDM, there's a particular woman that spoke about some 600,000 naira, which, according to you, you made a statement about it as well. Take me through that, because a lot of people said, that was a very little amount of money. So imagine smearing your name for that kind of amount. So just take me through this before we now even get to...
He's an hustler. He's been doing this taking of money too, not today, right? Yeah. Different business deals, different money to go recover stuff that just disappears. And he will say, well, his business gone bad, right?
The genesis of this whole issue.
All right. A girl reached out to me via Instagram DM. Her name is Sarah Sunday. She said her brother was held somewhere in Cross River State by a reverend father. He sent me videos of the boy. It was very, very bad. The boy's leg was rotten. Wow. The reverend father refused to release the boy. I called the reverend father on the phone, added the girl on conference call, and the reverend father did not deny it. He said that he cannot release the boy because it wasn't the mother nor the sister that brought the boy to his house. It was the father. That without the father, he cannot release the boy.
And that makes sense, right? If the father is still alive, that makes sense.
The father and the mother, they are having issues. So it was the father who brought the boy to him, and he cannot hand over the boy to anybody except the father. That was what transpired. So when I posted the boy's issue on my page, the lady reached out to me and said, please, I want to assist. Let us see how we can assist this boy. I said, fine. And she asked for my account number. He sent me 600,000 naira to travel to go and assist the young boy. And I said, okay, fine. So, and when I asked that period, the road from Delta to Calabar wasn't a good one. So, on my own discretion, from the money she sent to me, I transferred about 30K transportation to the mother. The mother says she can travel to Cross River, that she needed transport, she don't have any money. I transferred the money to the mother. The mother traveled to the place. While I said, okay, fine, what I will do is that I will go, if I'm going to Calabar, I have to fly either Lagos or Abuja if I can get to Calabar. So let me get ticket to Abuja, then from there I can move to Calabar, which I did. I got a ticket going to Abuja. And when I got to Abuja, the mother called me and said, I was appreciating that the boy has been moved out from where he was before. That they have moved him to another location. That the doctor, they have promised to start taking care of him because the matter is already everywhere on social media space. That was what transpired. So the sister reached out to me, even on my message was appreciating me that the boy is now being.
So why did they now come back and say that you're owing them the 600,000 naira?
Good. I now reported back to the woman. The woman said no, that I must prosecute the man. I said no. The first priority is the boy's treatment. That okay, look at what I have passed through, going from Delta to Abuja because of this case. I have spent a lot of money. See what we will do. Let the boy get back, move with the mother back to Benue or anywhere, get him treated. That if the boy's injury is not the Reverend Father's making. He was sick, but he was not allowed to leave. But currently the boy is getting medical treatment. The sister had to call someone to get a picture of the boy while he was receiving treatment, which I showed it to the woman. I also updated on my social media page. The next thing again, she said I did not give her accolade or a shout out on my page, my update, that I should refund her the money. I said, how will I refund the money? The money you have used for A and B, I have accounted to you. I gave her account of how the money went in. That was what transpired. She now said I'm going to refund her back the money. That was what happened between me and the woman with the 600,000 naira. So she went to different blogs to reported me. I also responded to the different blogs via DM, and none of them posted it. So this issue now was what gave her. She now came out and said,
okay, that isn't even what the woman asked him to do. The woman asked him to go to Cross River and investigate the Reverend Father. So the woman gave him the money to go investigate, right? And then he didn't do the job well, right? So again, when it comes to money, to me, I think he's also kind of culpable here. Okay, I think it's kind of culpable here. Someone gave you money to do something, you didn't do it, and refund the money. Don't tell me that you used it to do this and that. And I agree with you on that.
He said, you see what?
No.
You see what? Refund her back the money. So I have to refund her back the money.
Refunded her back the money. But now let's go into this.
Did he refund the money? Because it's saying that he refunded the money. Hold on one sec.
Was what gave her? She now came out and said, So my team said, you see what?
No.
You see what? Refund her back the money. So I have to refund her back the money.
Refunded her back the money. But now let's go into this main issue where, there have been speculations, which I'm sure in one or two places you've also said that you were set up just to tarnish your image.
I wouldn't say that. A lot of people are saying that they are trying to back up their what they are saying with evidence. For me, what I know is that what is currently going on is something that ought not to be on the media, because there's somebody in the forest who needs to be released, all right? Because the social media space, the kidnappers are also on the social media space, watching what.
You have kidnappers on social media, you have police on social media, you have VDM on social media, you have this guy also on social media. It's quite
what we are
interesting.
doing. So any accusation to anybody may put the man's life in danger. And I said,
yes, he refunded the 600K when the whole thing blew up. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks for that clarification. Okay, so he's refunded the money. Okay.
Once this man is out, I'm going to speak more full details of what transpired, including the money that we worked on, everything that we did. I'm going to say it. But because of persons who are watching me, who may be in custody of the man,
no, because the kidnappers are watching you. I mean, that's certain. That the kidnappers will be like tonight, oh, hey, this guy don't go TV, go talk. Oh. They won't catch us.
But
Harrison, I want to understand the role that VDM, because it was VDM that brought out this whole issue. Without VDM, probably would not have seen what happened. I want to know from you yourself, since we have you here, what role do you think that VDM played, and what was his motive?
From day one, he was the one who brought it out to the social media space, because the guys who were there in Auchi with me, they are all working for VDM.
And you didn't know at that time that they were working for him?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, including me also. I'm just a commentator, right?
At that time, it was when I got back that I saw the guy's video. I now saw a comment from people saying, this guy on VDM now one, and many of them too. So from what he posted was what the video was now posting on his page. All right. So because in Auchi, I told him, I said, if you make this thing public, why not wait till the man leave the country?
Yeah, and I think that's why I fault this guy, VDM. I mean, apart from all the personal beef and all that's fine. The race at which these guys came out, and it was more like an high-tech lynching, coordinated attack. Just immediately, just the woman, we only had the woman released. We don't know if the man is still in custody. They say he's still in custody, so I will believe he's still in custody. But the whole thing was kind of orchestrated. Then you got this guy Z04 come out to say his own story, and then you had VDM, and then that would have been fine. But there was even nothing spoken about the guy that was in custody. It was just about this guy. And then at some point I was like, yeah, if he's done something wrong, you know, if you've done something wrong, then possibly, you know, we're going to go after that. Then after that, and I saw different kind of stories, right? And then I saw different kinds of display. Then you had VDM also going to kind of mimic him when he says he's doing kidnapping work and all that. Why are you lying? You need more lies to cover more lies, right? Well, fair enough.
Before you can start, if you want to prosecute me, you can, but I know I need my job. Why not wait? They couldn't wait. They started posting it on social media space. So VDM was the person who brought it out, who pushed that narrative on the social media space. All right. So I won't exempt him, because if you watch from his posting from beginning to the end, he's the one, even to the extent of posting the man's property for sale.
I was just about to come to that. Exactly. We saw that he went ahead to say that the man is still in a very critical condition and the family is not selling the man's property. Is that true? Harrison, would you confirm that that is true?
I wouldn't know if the man is in critical. I wouldn't know if the man is in a critical condition.
No, I mean the property, the selling of the man's property.
The whole thing and the whole painful part is that the police are not even doing anything. Like this guy, I don't even know if they're planning to release the guy or go after the kidnappers. I mean, it's quite interesting. And VDM now is also kind of helping in a way, but he's not going to the bush. He's not helping with the intelligence, because this guy is like the chief intelligence officer of Delta State.
The family reached out that they need to now sell the property.
That's true. Someone, a friend reached out to them, a friend of mine reached out to them and said the woman, the wife to the man reached out to a friend, somebody who is close to me. I said, the kidnappers reached out. They are demanding for so stuff. Can you people assist us? And the man was angry and said, because the man already advised them before now, at the police, that keeping Harrison in the cell is not going to resolve this matter. The Harrison can assist you guys in getting this guy out.
Yeah.
Because while I was in the station, what went to the bush was still showing us the exact location where these guys are. But the police refused to act on it.
So, okay, the police didn't want to act on it, but they knew where the location was.
They refused to, yes.
So what would be the reason for that?
What would be the reason for what? Nigerian police? I mean, why are you asking questions? Ask the police. Call the police. I mean, if it was a serious country, you would have called the Edo State Police. It made things messy. Possibly, yeah. Because he's not a professional, he's a content creator. That's why. When the whole system is down, that's how you get these people out there. Okay? When the whole system is not working, that's how you get people like this. That's how you get people like VDM too. Trying to tell the society how to live because the whole foundation is destroyed. Unfortunately.
I don't know. But the police
because it's not trained,
was
right?
just hammering on prosecuting me for God knows. I don't know. Even till now, I'm yet.
And again, I won't say it just made things messy because of that. Number one, he is not operating he doesn't know Edo State. He doesn't have a relationship with the police force in Edo State. Whatever it does in Delta State doesn't automatically transcend to what would make his operation successful. Whatever it does in Delta does not automatically translate to what would make his operation successful in Edo State. So that was number one, his first mistake. Number two, again, those he was actually dealing with, I'm not so sure that those guys are actually clean.
To understand why they were so much, I believe because of my years of advocacy on police brutality and extortion. Maybe that's the reason why. All right. So the man reached out to them and said, the woman reached out to them. The woman reached out to the man and said that they wanted assistance. The man said, Harrison's name has been destroyed on social media space. Like, we only came to help. And they also acknowledged the family of the man and the woman acknowledged that I only came to assist them. Okay, fine. How will you assist? And the man told them, fine, this man's name has been destroyed on social media. You people have to, after he rendered assistance, you people have to still go back to the media and tell them the role I played in this whole matter. And the woman.
So he's claiming that he didn't do anything wrong. Okay. I mean, possibly he came in the middle. He claimed, so that is his claim. And again, except there are factual evidences with respect to, the money that he removed, because according to him, he said the money that he removed was in the know, that the police was in the know of what was going on. Now, maybe that was at the highest level and not those that arrested him. Again, I don't just want to insinuate. Okay? I just don't want to insinuate because that's what people do. Like people, and again, he was saying that part of the money, the decoy that he put as part of the 20 million was actually showing the locations of the kidnappers. Now, why the police removing from the money tarnished your image? No. So according to what he said, now I'm not going to carry waters for him, so don't crucify me. According to what he said that he had presented to the police that is his normal course of business, that he does remove money, put in some other decoy, which is not real money. Now, that's his own. Until we get a real police investigation and report, I'm not going to just 100% believe him, and at the same time, I'm not going to 100% debunk what he said, because he's been consistent with what he did with that money being removed.
Was recording every conversation she had with the man, which they sent to VDM, and VDM posted it. So imagine the kidnappers listening
to that conversation.
To such things. What will happen?
But Harrison, I also know that a 20 million was involved in this whole thing. Where did that 20 million actually go to?
So maybe we'll answer it here.
Yes.
Yeah, Harrison, can you hear me?
It went to the kidnappers.
Did you give it to them directly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Did you give it to them directly?
No, I don't pay ransom to kidnappers. The family went in and gave the money to the kidnappers.
So the family met with the kidnappers?
Yes, the kidnappers, they is give and take. They don't drop it somewhere and move. No, you bring the money and give them in their legs while they are there with you. They will confirm the money and then you move. They release the person and give to you. But on this one, the money was not counted to know if it's below 20 million or above 20 million. This is the point you want.
Yeah.
What I'm expecting her to ask Harrison is this. Okay, the money was not counted. You said you removed the money and you put in some decoy. with a decoy. And so we assume it's 20 million. It removed 5.4. Did you put in 5.4 as a decoy currency in different bags? All right, thanks for joining. I mean, that would be the question. And I'm not even getting full stuff here.
Must note. This is the point. The money was not counted to know if it's above 20 million or below 20 million. But what went into that forest was 20 million.
20 million.
Was 20 million that went into that forest. Yes, that was what went into that forest.
But you know, right about now.
So if 20 million went into that forest, that means VDM is lying.
But there are things involved which I cannot say now.
Exactly.
Yes,
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, but what went into that forest was 20 million that went into that forest. And again, please, that man was not kidnapped alone and the wife. Another family were kidnapped too. A man and the wife was kidnapped. The man also is currently there with the man. The man family brought 20 million naira to the same kidnappers. The kidnappers took that money and they not also released that man too. So it's not just this man in that forest now.
So now it's not just the man in the forest. Actually, there's another man in the forest as well.
No, there's another man in the forest. The man was kidnapped with the wife and then a little child. The kidnappers noticed that the child was crying. They released the wife and the child to go.
Yeah.
They held the man. That man, the family also came to pay money, 20 million naira. They took the money that same day, that same night.
But Harrison, with this whole thing, I'm worried.
And these are citizens of the country. I mean, it's quite sad.
That, you know, these families, you're saying that these families go and they see these kidnappers one-on-one. You know, I'm worried that if they know where they are, they see them, you know, that's very scary. Anything could have happened to these families. Why didn't the police take charge at any point of all of this?
No, because they are not protesters. Because they are not protesting about good governance. Because they are not students of AAU trying to fight for good governance. That's why the police can't take charge. But once you say, oh, we need good governance, the police will take charge, they will arrest you and put you in their van and harass you. That's where they get the strength from. That's when they will tell you that, you know what, we're even trying, that we're not killing you guys.
They have opportunity to have strike them. They have big opportunity.
So the police had the opportunity to strike them?
They had the opportunity. They said that my method was outdated. That was what they gave. I said no. I gave them videos and pictures of the recoveries we've made.
Yeah.
The videos, pictures of other of these kidnappers that they have been neutralized by the military. I don't neutralize. I don't do anything. With my team, we show them the tracks of these kidnappers using our device. That has been working for us. So sometimes the security will tell you, I'm not part of the operation because they don't want to, you know, show their lapses to the world. So they will tell you that it's not part of the operation. They only give us intelligence. I'm part of the operation. I'm there at the forefront. I'm there with them.
You came out and apologized again, and that apology didn't really sit well with some Nigerians, because I remember when I saw the apology, I'm like, oh, but if Harrison is apologizing, does it mean that everything he did? Yeah,
again, that was, I don't know. I mean, if you come out to apologize, then that's a problem. That means you are actually guilty. That's what I imply from your apology, non-apology.
You know it's true?
Yeah, if you go back and check our chat between me and Very Dark Man, I said I don't want us to be going back and forth and fighting on social media because we are very close. Not that close anyway, but I see him as a colleague who was using different strategy for his work, although not the same strategy with me. I have seen him advocated against police brutality. I have seen him assisted people, a whole lot of people. You know, I see him.
You don't think he's jealous of you in any way? You don't think he was jealous of you in any way and tried to bring you down?
No, at a point, people were comparing both of us on the media space. The support was going, the accolade was going towards me. People were comparing us in some works we were doing. Then I think.
Yeah, I mean, people said VDM has this main character syndrome, and again, the guy kind of maybe low IQ guy in a way, you know. And that's just it. I mean, there's a theory of the unfinished apple. I mean, I know your Apple products, you know, the symbol is also unfinished, but at least you have a product. So the problem that he had, and at first I felt like he was calling him out for due cause and due reason, which I felt like if VDM is saying that this was what was involved, we're going to wait. And that was why I keep saying I'm going to wait to hear this guy's side of the story. And then you had all the things that he was doing in the past that was bad, also came up at that time. So it was kind of coordinated high-tech lynching of his character. But after a while, then I saw VDM at the pool of river bed trying to mimic him. I was like, no, I'm out. Now this is BS. So again, that's just the reality.
At that point, something happened. I don't know what happened. Mm-hmm. Then they had a Billard and Billard.
Yeah, him and Billard. Yes, they had.
So apparently, this is just a content creator, as far as I'm concerned.
I posted something on my page. I said, I beg you, we are Samsung users. We are not iPhone users. Maybe we stay back. Maybe not join for the fight. That was what I posted. So I was not in support of him fighting Billard or trying to bring somebody's business down. I was not in support. So I said, please, everybody should back off. When he was arrested and charged to court, Deji is there. Kokopi was there. I reached out to Kokopi. I flew from Asaba to Abuja. I was with him. Nikki Badi in Lagos had issue. We were communicating together on how to get her out. I was in Lagos. He was communicating with me. We got the girl out from the police cell and also from the prison custody.
Yeah.
When Fish Magnet died, he went to Oka. I joined him in Oka for advocacy for the police to arrest those who killed Fish Magnet.
Yeah, Fish Magnet, yeah.
When he was in South Africa or Zambia or where, I reached out to him via DM. I said, bro, I have a program on this insecurity. Please, when you come in, I wanted to invite you. He said when he come in, he will reach out to me. So there was a communication between us. So when this thing happened, I expected him to have hear my own side of the story. Then if it doesn't go well with you, go out and blow it out.
No, he's not going to hear your side of the story because at some point it felt like you were taking the shine from him and you were outdoing him. Okay? And it was like he's the one that is in charge of this space. And again, I looked at the engagement, I looked at the reach. I think VDM is far, far, far higher in terms of reach and engagement. So I don't understand where the envy came from because I can classify that as envy at this point because there was even nothing to be envious of. Okay, but again, I don't know. It is what it is.
He didn't reach out to me. Now, he not told the public that he initiated my arrest. He did not arrest me anywhere. The chief of staff invited me to the government, to Edo State. I drove from Asaba to Edo. I met with him. He now said, go and meet the CP for a meeting. I met with the CP. CP said, okay, fine. Make your statement, which I made. After the statement, they said I have to be here while they investigate. I said, there's no problem. The next day, they obtained a 14-day remand order to keep me in the cell. 14 days, they are supposed to tell the court they are done with the investigation. The investigation was not concluded. My lawyer applied for bail, and I was granted bail.
But Harrison, quick one. Would you say that with everything, and this is just a direct question, you would say that you are innocent of everything? Would you say that you're innocent of everything that has been thrown?
If it's the debt I owe in the past, I'm not innocent because my business crashed. I have a factory in my community. It's called Heritage Processing. Process gari, cassava, into gari, which I was planning to export out of Nigeria. I have a NAFDAC number registered fully, and also I was was a the business was moving very well. Then suddenly the farm where I was using, the government and some company said they want to plant a palm plantation. They went into that place, Buddha, and they cleared everywhere. That was how I lost I lost the raw materials I was supposed to be bringing in. Then some friends gave me some funds for us to work together. Those were people I was owing. So those are people who came out to social media to start dragging me. I'm 100% I'm innocent of every allegation against me. Because even he was giving me
that's a very interesting thing to say, right?
Ultimatum to come and confess. Confess what?
People were saying that was a movie. The Harrison used us to act Nigerian movie.
Do not. No, it wasn't a movie. People were using that. People created that image to mock me. People created it. It was from VDS page. They got that voice note, and they were using it to mock me.
To mock you,
so it's like me bringing it back to their face now. You understand that? I'm not doing this. This was what I was doing. Give them the right word there. I am on a kidnapping case, not at the kidnapping work. That was wrong. That was wrong.
Yeah.
People were promoting.
But Harrison, what is next for you? How are you going to be able to build that trust again? And, for people to know that this is a trustable brand with everything that has happened.
No, I think nobody's going to call him for kidnapping work or whatever it is called. And they do kidnapping work. Nobody's going to call him for that. Because, except you're dumb, right? Except you're dumb. Because the kidnappers now know that he do put tracking devices in the money or in the ransom. So if you want to risk the life of your loved ones, then you call him. So once they hear that Harrison is involved, it's gonna be a problem. The only way he can continue doing that is if he works as a decoy, like nobody knows that he's Harrison and he just joins the case or just start helping behind the scene. But this also points to the devastating level of security in the country where people like this, are the one at the forefront of the security situation, High Monday of Nigeria. Creating awareness. The police should have their own public relations office. And one of the reasons why they don't speak about a lot of this thing is just because at times, you want to also ensure that the investigation is not tainted. You want to also keep your sources. You want to keep your methods, and all of that. So again, when you give an individual that is hustling to be helping you with kidnapping stuff, doing videos, raising awareness and all that, that's even a compromised situation. Because you might also be compromising the situation of those people that are involved in the kidnapping cases. That is those helping to recover victim or to go after the kidnappers. But, it's Nigeria and so many things happen, right?
I'm not selling any goods on the social media space.
Yeah.
I'm not selling any goods on social media space. I'm only offering services which I feel I'm doing for people. Sometimes pay services because there are some persons who will send message and they say, bro, take this one, use and take one. You understand? Mm-hmm. Good. So I have also received support from social media because I've gotten donation from people who said, you are doing good, take this one for this, and I appreciate them a lot. So going forward, I just want this matter to clear because there is somebody in the bush who I feel that I still have a chance to assist the family. But currently, I don't know if there's any way I can also reach out to the family because of what is going on. So to avoid people changing narrative that I'm doing that. The matter is currently somewhere which I believe that they are going to look into the matter deeply and see the fact of the matter and where I went wrong and the rest of them too. So I'm still innocent until found.
Innocent until they nab you, until they find you guilty. Hi, Blessing. Welcome to the show. Hi, Monday.
Found guilty. But Harrison, if you were going to advise any activist, what would you tell them to refrain from? What is it going to be if you were going to advise any activist that is doing something like similar to what you're doing? What is that one advice you're going to give them that this particular thing, do not do it?
Is the trend of you posting people on the media without hearing from the other side is very wrong. Social media is not a court of law.
No, social media in Nigeria is toxic. And the zest, as in the whole thing. And it's even worse in other form of media. X is even worse because X, you don't even show your face, right? And you argue with someone that on a normal day, when they show two of you or when you get to me, they should actually beat you. So that's why you don't go back and forth on social media with someone that does not have an identity that you don't even know. VDM was jealous, yes. He was actually jealous, and that was what actually messed the whole thing up. The guy doesn't understand that the space is big enough for everybody to thrive. That's what he doesn't understand. And it also goes around. Trends move, people move on. What was attractive for people 2 years ago may not be attractive to people now. And that's the way the world works. Nobody becomes a monopoly forever. And I was that jealous because at first I felt like he was actually trying to call this guy out until when I saw him mimicking him, at the riverbed and all those things, drinking from a pool of water. It's more of childish, moronic behavior, that VDM got himself into. Now, this guy is not a saint, he's not a saint at all. But at the same time, the focus at that time was very wrong, especially when you still had people in custody. And a little bit of information could have helped rescue the guy if there was anybody in custody, because people are saying that there was actually nobody in anything, that it was just a planned work. Hi, Fabian.
things we are doing that is even against the Cybercrime Act.
Yeah.
There are things VDM has done so far that I can take it up against him. All right. But yes, I can do that. So there are things we activists should learn from. Maybe for us, some of us have made mistakes in the past. But for me, as a person, I have for years held institution accountable. All right. Now, if somebody reports a case to you, why not hear from the other party?
The other side.
Why will you, because of social media monetization?
Yeah. All right,
so
thank you.
Make money out of the story.
Amazing, Harrison. Thank you for talking to us. Thank you for enlightening us.
Posting people on the media.
Well.
Yeah.
So
again,
now we've listened to.
Hi, Kathy. Yeah.
One side of the story. It's quite important that we get to hear from the other party, Very Dark Man.
Okay, I hope you can invite him.
Let's let you know that the views and reactions of my resource person is his and has no connection whatsoever with TVC.
Okay, so you have to do the disclaimer, right? And that's it. That black man on Big F1 should shut up. Either you shut up and get out of this show because I don't know what you're talking about. And that's that about that with Harrison. And again, we'll see what happens. But I mean, you just have them all around. Hi, Kathy. Welcome to the show. We just have them all around, you know, toxic behaviors and all of that. We'll see what happens. I mean, at least I'm happy that they have an invitation to Very Dark Man. You know, he's calling himself God right now. So we'll see his own side of the story, but I doubt he's going to honor that. I'm not sure he's into granting TV interviews. You know, I think what it does his best. It does it well, and it gets his engagement, and he's striving. And that's that about that. Okay, so that's just it for now. I'm thinking of calling it a day, but I just want to see if there's any major thing. There are issues. I know one of the things trending. I try to cover as much story that is happening in Nigeria. I know there's this. Let me see. Let me see if anything is okay. Nathaniel Bassett denied business boarding. Let me see this. Business class boarding on British Airways due to what? Let me see. Due to overbooking. Okay, that's not a big issue. I mean, okay. British Airways says this is something the most effective. Since this is sometimes the most effective way of resolving issues nowadays, dear British Airways, what's the reason behind having a business class ticket booked ahead of time, arrived early enough for the flight, and still be told there are no seats because the airline overbooked without a viable alternative for passengers? Is this even right? My dear friends in the aviation business, please explain this in case, oh, sorry, I'm not showing that. In case I'm missing something. Thank God this is not our local airline because we would have said it's a Niger thing and dragged the living daylight out of them. But this is the great British Airways. Now, what is, I don't know if British, okay. Hello, Nathaniel, okay. We do apologize for this. Send us your booking reference via DM along with as much information as possible. We also need you to confirm your full name and contact details. We may need to ask you a few more questions for data protection. Oliver, what was God's way of saying, hey, Nath, that wasn't the class I wanted for you. Enter economy because someone needs to be saved. What if? Nathaniel said, this is manipulation. Bro, like, the value of the head eventually becomes the culture of the body. You wouldn't have needed to do this if the rule of law was something that existed in Nigeria and was respected by those at the top. Nevertheless, a new Nigeria is possible. I don't know what that means. You guys better treat Pastor Nat well, otherwise one blow of the trumpet and your hairline will be competing with earpiece. Sue them. What a polite and holy dragon. Pastor Nat is just too humble and nice. Anyhowness is now everywhere. Someone actually tagged Festus Keyamo. How does this have anything to do with Festus Keyamo? Well, anyway, that's just by the way. By saying that VDM is mocking Harrison, VDM was only showing how Harrison is deceiving the whole Nigeria. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it did show how he was deceiving Nigeria, but again, that was one side of the story. And respectfully, you know, I've decided not to wade in to support one person or the other, but I think that one story has kind of been consistent on the kidnapping. Now, I'm not talking about the past stuff. Okay. And again, it's a pattern, right? It's a pattern that once you're in the same line of business with VDM, the next thing is that it's going to put you down. And if people don't see that, then again, that's not my problem. I'm just saying. I mean, now lately he's referring to himself as God, which is fine. I don't have any issues against him saying that. I mean, I'm not God to judge him, but I'm saying that there are different sides to stories or to events, and it's good to just hear both sides. Number one, it was premature that it came out at that time. Anyway, Nathaniel Bassey is going to sort himself out since they gave him business class, and I mean, I just had to show that. Again, that's that about that. I'm gonna see if and I wish all of them will find an energetic dance during Twitch stream sparks concerns and humor among fans. What is this? Guys, please take just 1 minute of your time and pray for Fina. Yeah, so what's happening right now in Nigeria is that Twitch is actually gaining a lot of trend and a lot of activities as people are now moving over to that platform due to streaming activity. So we've got Kata Efe. I think Kata Efe is the one that really actually gave Twitch a solid entrance into Nigeria, and since then you've been seeing different people, going into that space. And the problem is I was thinking about doing something with respect to the internet, to just talk about the dark side of the internet. For you to be able to get more audience, for you to be able to get more people listen to you, and here you are, number one, you have to be a positive nuisance, which is good, right? VDM is a positive nuisance, yeah. And then number two is this: you have to do something crazy, like a Pella bashing his car. Like a Pella bashing his car, making sure that he could bash his car where he's not going to be unalived. Like people doing different naughty stuff, and that's the way the algorithm has been. Or you're either controversial, and that's the dark side of the internet. And again, the algorithm will always fit that thing that is controversial, that is crazy, that is mad. I mean, we saw what happened with this guy in Ghana, Ebonoa, right? Dressing like a madman, but he was able to get the whole nation to listen to him. How can Harrison be even talking about kidnapper walk? Yeah, again, he's a content creator. And in that field, it is what it is, right? I'll just wait for a full investigation if we're going to have anything like that, okay? And then possibly make up my mind. But it's going to be difficult for us because the whole story is still developing. The guy is still allegedly in the custody of the kidnappers. We're going to wait and things will sort itself out. The only problem is that when the truth comes, it becomes a little bit difficult because the lie travels faster, and the truth, when it comes, it takes a while before it gets developed. But that's that, that's that about that. Let me see. Nigerian mom shares, I'm just reading what's been trending. Nigerian mom shares rise division for attend kit after husband's leave. Okay, how can be talking about is obtaining to a kid? No. What it was saying was that, so I think it was just tongue in cheek, right? They do kidnapping work, right? Call me later. No, what it was trying to say was that it was trying to resolve a kidnapping issue. That was what it was trying to say. But again, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not for him, of definitely. A single mom shares gives insight into what she feeds a kid. What is this? And just single mom of 10 shares how she survives.
Who the husband left and ran away. In today's video, I am sharing food to my 10 children. A lot of you are complaining how I'm cooking spaghetti every time, cooking rice every time, and yam. These are the common food that we have here in Africa, and it's very affordable.
Okay, I'm not going to sit down and be watching this. It is what it is. I'm not even sure why this is trending as a topic on social media. Okay, that's that. Is Harrison praying for people to be kidnapped? That's a fair question. I don't think he's praying for people to be kidnapped. Just the same way doctors are not praying for people to be sick, right? But people get sick. So the whole problem, and I think that's the problem, that you're looking at it from this side, that we should actually focus and really call out the leaders on the fundamental issue. Because once you don't take care of your country and your security situation is bad, then that's when you see people like Harrison. That's why you see people even like VDM. Ladies, the more the kids you have, the more you create poverty for yourself. Well, I think by now, since the husband is no longer there, that's over. I'd rather marry at 40 and have a good life to 70 than marry at 25 and be divorced by 28 or have a miserable life. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's Bimbo Dukoya. I said Bimbo Dukoya. Sorry about that. Ibukwa Osika. Yeah. Okay, guys. So they want us to see their house and car. That's why they want, and the whole point of this video. Okay, it's fine. That's fine. Bola Tinubu has never lost an election. Find me one single politician in Nigeria that has such a political organization like Bola Tinubu. Let me say this.
Fact that Bola Tinubu has never lost an election. Does that scare some of you in the Atiku camp?
How many elections has Bola Tinubu contested? He contested Senate in 1992, he contested governor in 1999, and he never contested any other position since then. I think Bola Tinubu is afraid of losing. And
he's run election 4 times and he's won all those 4.
Yes, that's my point. So he has run for Senate, he won the Senate election.
Yeah.
He has run for governor, he won the gubernatorial election, and then he won his re-election, and now he's running for president.
So if you look at just for a moment, just to also put some perspective, if you look at Lagos, for example, he has held sway as a political structure since 1999.
And that is what Atiku is trying to do now. That he's going through a whole lot of hell.
He's still holding sway. And that shows. And find me one single politician in Nigeria that has that level of political organization like Bola Tinubu. The fact.
Yeah, I mean, again, fair question. We'll see what happens in 2027. I think the opposition, they're still very slow. I hope they can actually kickstart whatever they are doing very fast, get themselves together. All these, this guy is going to be the president, this guy is going to be the vice. I mean, the earlier they can settle it, I know that there's a timetable, there are rules and laws and all that. I think the better. Please let Harrison go and look for another job, doing so that peace will reign. 100%, I agree with you on that one. I already said it. Since that thing happened and his whole source and method is out there, whatever it is that he's doing, I think it's over. It's over. I'm saying as a family person, if someone has a friend or family kidnapped and you go talk to Harrison, once the kidnappers knows that Harrison is involved, you're actually putting your family member in more risk. We shouldn't be having people like Harrison be doing stuff related to kidnapping. Again, and that's just the reality. But I'll leave it at that. But I agree with you that you should actually leave the kidnapping work. That's correct. Okay. Let me see that. Okay, guys. Yeah. So I think there is really nothing so much left. I don't know if there's any other topic that I want to cover. But let me see this. Obi is the only life in ADC. I'm not saying that other human beings are not there. I'm saying they are largely spent force. Let Obi not go to ADC. Let Obi go to another party. Let's say Obi is in Accord. Obi is the only traction. Obi is the only meaning. Obi, listen.
Tendencies are there for you to fall to the right of the stronger side. The challenges in the PDP, it's not the fault of Asiwaju, the president. No. The failure in my home, God forbid, is not the fault of my neighbor. The issues are very clear. The PDP caused themselves an insurrection. This is a house that divided against itself. And the nature of man is survival of the fittest. There are 2 dominant parties at a given time. Are we saying ADC is not dominant? Recently, Obi moved there. And I've said it, Obi is the only life in ADC.
Yeah, that was what happened. We saw the momentum grow. The moment Obi came in, it was like a new life was birthed into ADC. Now, I don't know if the momentum will be sustained or if they're going to fight again over it, because now both parties want the presidential ticket. Atiku wants the ticket. Obi wants the ticket. We'll see how things go. We'll see if they're able to work together. But at least for now, I think they have some good momentum. They need to work on their structures. because the major players in that party seems to be ex-politician. And on the issue with PDP, being a shell of itself, I'm happy because we're actually where we are right now, largely because of them. And that's the reality.
Excuse me. Amechi is there. I never said they are not human beings there. I'm saying they are largely spent forces. Obi is, let Obi don't go to ADC, let Obi go to another party. Let's say Obi is in Accord. Accord will become, excuse me, I'm saying it to be, Obi is the only traction. Obi is the only meaning. Obi is the only factor. Obi is the only person in ADC.
I do that mistake a lot. ADC. Like the names are just so close. Look at that.
ADC that matters. And ADC that matters. And if Obi had not gone to ADC and has gone, when Obi went to Labour that would never know became one election to House of Rep. I'm not saying Obi will win this election. I'm not saying Obi will not win this election. But I'm telling you, even if they don't feed Obi, if ADC fails to feed Obi, their case will be worse than they are coming together.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
All right, so please do.
Okay, yeah, so that's it. Yeah, again, I would just stop at that. Obi is the main person in ADC. I agree with that. But would they allow him to run as the president? Kenneth Okonkwo is there pushing Atiku. Atiku is there. There's also rumors about Tambuwal. There's also rumors about Kwankwaso. Kwankwaso is saying, just give me anything, I'll move. We'll see what happens. Hello, guys. Thanks so much for joining. We really do appreciate it. I couldn't get to the Qatar FA issue. I mean, it's just more of tabloid and things happening online. I don't think I want to spend so much time there. And then we'll see what happens. The Delta State Police should be ashamed of themselves for letting Harrison be telling them what to do about everything that is happening in Delta State. Again, I think it just gives them, what's it called again? Some kind of, how would I call it? Awareness or some kind of coverage as it relates to social media. And again, I agree with you also on that one. Funny enough, we're agreeing on a lot of things. I mean, it's because things are really bad. Harrison has no business being with policemen, being with kidnappers, or trying to get kidnappers if the whole system was actually running the way it should. And again, some of the cases that VDM also resolve, it doesn't have any business. If things were working, there's a law court there that you should go. And then people say, oh, he hasn't resolved any other case because the system, on a normal, they shouldn't even be allowing things to get to that stage where you now need to call a VDM. And right now, it's also even a risk on its own. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. When I said it's Peter Obi or nothing, there's a big mistake in 1999 when the military government handed over. That's how bad actors hijacked the Nigerian politics. The country needs a reset urgently. Yeah, we do need a reset now. Reset, and we'll see how we'll get it. Okay. All right then. Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Have a good evening. Bye.